Now on CoastTV News.
Robinsonville Road construction, it's work that needs to be done, but it's going to be a traffic headache for drivers in the area all summer long.
Tragic ending for a stranded whale. The somber farewell at the Indian River Inlet. Plus, we'll tell you what happens next.
Car seat safety, tips from experts that are going to help you keep your child safe while they're in the car and you're on the road.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
Roads closed. DelDOT ramping up the final phase of a years-long project. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. We begin tonight with even more road work on the already busy Route 24.
DelDOT is planning to dig in at Robinsonville Road and Angola Road. Now, Robinsonville Road, if you're not familiar, it's located between Route 24 and Conley's Chapel Road, also home to a lot of houses. Joining us live on Route 24, the basis of this project, is CoastTV News reporter Charles Reinert. Charles, the agency hopes the new additions will make getting down Route 24 easier and safer.
Maddie, Robinsonville Road here, I should say, was actually scheduled to be closed down today, but that date has actually been moved back to May 12th now. This is so the agency can make multiple different additions to the area, including repaving the roads, utility work, and road realignments. Now, this construction is expected to take a while, and Robinsonville Road will be closed down from its intersection here at 24 to Conley's Chapel Road until August. I spoke with the DelDOT spokesperson this afternoon, and he told me that this work had to be done this time of year specifically now that it's getting warmer.
It has to take place during the warmer months. It's not work that can be put off until the winter because you can't pour concrete and asphalt during the colder months. We need a warmer ground temperature.
Now again, Robinsonville Road here will be closed down until August, but that won't be the end of the road work, as you'll continue to see workers still out here after the road opens back up until December. I'm Charles Reinert, and on Route 24, CoastTV News.
Thank you, Charles. DelDOT says Phase 1 of the Highway Safety Improvement Project will include the following updates, so follow me on this. There'll be pavement improvements, widening and extending right and left turn lanes at the intersection, and realigning Robinsonville Road to Route 24. Also, multimodal improvements include bike lanes, bus stops, sidewalks and crosswalks, also lighting and drainage improvements.
And I want you to keep everything you just heard in mind because it brings us to our CoastTV poll. We want to know, what is your opinion on DelDOT's infrastructure projects?
Let's take a look at the updated results from last news hour. So far, wow, 86% now.
Keeps climbing.
Keeps climbing, say this was needed sooner. Well, if you haven't voted yet, you definitely can do that. We'll have the updates tonight at 11.
We will indeed. Moving more news on the coast here. Today, the Rehoboth Beach City Commissioners addressed updates to their city charter concerning the qualifications for the role of city manager. During that meeting, the public debated over the hiring of the new city manager, Taylor Tedder. Tedder's unanimous appointment has sparked discussions on the requirements for the position as outlined in the city's charter. While the appointment was met with optimism from some, it also faced criticism from local residents.
I can't understand, and the uproar, especially the uproar, is about your mortgage relief program that you are trying to install here for newcomers to our facility here at City Hall as the manager of the city.
Tedder is expected to start his position soon as Rehoboth Beach City Manager. That begins on May 15th. The Lewis Open Space Subcommittee will meet this Thursday to define the term open space. Right now, open space encompasses everything from trees to trails, even boat slips. The city wants to make the definition a little clearer for people to understand. Along with discussing the definition, the subcommittee will go over requirements and use of an open space. The goal is to make open space centrally located and accessible to the public.
After setbacks, construction on the Rehoboth Beach Patrol Station continues. The city says there is some issues still related to installation, so a large crane was brought in last week to speed up the process of getting necessary piles on site. Over the weekend, the city says a large crane was used to make 17 holes to install piles of timber. But here's the problem. Of those 17 holes, only 14 passed and 3 just failed. So Rehoboth is looking in to see if they can dig out those failed areas. Let's take a live look right now outside into Ocean City. A gray evening on the coast. Our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams joins us now with a look at our forecast. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, Maddie. And even though, let's say you're not dealing with rain right now, let's just put it this way. You want to keep the rain gear handy for the rest of the week, particularly Tuesday and definitely on Thursday. Our Tyndall's casual furniture camera showing just how gray we are right now, stacking up the cloud cover, getting ready for the rain, so to speak. And we're at 75 degrees right now in Laurel, and we're going to drop down to 69 degrees by 9 o'clock, and we could see some scattered showers of a light and scattered variety for us by 10 o'clock and 68 degrees by then. Currently, we're looking pretty clear throughout the entire Delmarva Peninsula. For the most part, we're looking pretty clear. Now, we do have a little bit of rain that's starting to pick up a little bit of momentum coming out of Tappahannock, but it's going to be making its way towards Crisfield and lifting towards the Salisbury area. That's where we're going to get our first wave of rain that's going to be isolated and spotty at best. But coming up, we're going to be talking about more encompassing showers and downpours that could possibly get us into a advisory mode by Thursday. We'll talk about that in more detail in a moment. Till then, back to you, Charlie.
It's an unexpected turn of events. Delaware GOP Chair Julianne Murray has decided against running for governor. In a statement released Monday, Murray emphasized the importance of consolidating party efforts. This change of heart comes after Representative Mike Ramone declared his intentions to run for governor. A GOP spokesperson previously told CoastTV Murray would enter the race this week.
The Georgetown municipal election is coming up this Saturday, so the town wants voters to know if you want to vote, you have to register Wednesday with the Department of Elections. The mayoral candidates are the current incumbent Bill West and Councilwoman Angela Townsend. West had said he didn't intend to run again, but had a change of heart, saying he wanted to stay to finish projects like the new courthouse. The deadline for voting by absentee is this Friday. That's going to take place from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Volunteers spent the day cutting up the 50-foot body of a fin whale that washed up on shore Sunday, and it died overnight. Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zappe shows us what's happening right now and when we'll know what happened to that massive creature.
As you can see, volunteers are in the process of moving the whale into the hole that they just dug up. And people are coming in and out throughout the day to see what is happening with this unfortunate news. Steve Buck was one of the dozens of people who came out this weekend to see this stranded fin whale at Indian River Inlet.
I remember driving up to Riho on Sunday and saw a large crowd here, didn't know what was going on. So when she sent me the video, I figured that's what happened, that the whale had washed up on shore.
Late Sunday night, the whale was pulled onto shore out of the surf and passed away overnight. The Murr Institute, which handles strandings like this, says the 50-foot whale was very sick, and because it was so big, tragically, they had to wait for nature to take its course.
It was still alive, which is always the most tragic type of stranding that we see because there's very little we can do. We did come prepared to try to euthanize it, but that takes about 2 hours to actually happen, and we didn't have a good window where we would safely be on land. It's very dangerous to stand behind a whale that weighs tens and tens of tons because it could roll on top of us.
Thurman says it's abnormal to see fin whales this close to shore and believes its extreme illness caused this.
We could identify that this was an extremely emaciated animal. We could see the ribs through the skin.
After samples were taken from the dead whale, it was cut up, part of the process necessary to finding answers and closure. When the volunteers are done, the whale will be buried and naturally will decompose. Murr says that they will be doing tests on the whale to see why the whale got so sick and how it eventually died. I'm Kevin Zappe in Sussex County, Coast TV News.
Thank you, Kevin. Get ready to slow down in Ocean City. That special event zone, it's back. According to the town, the special event zone is for the 33rd annual Cruise in Ocean City event. It features over 3,000 hot rods, customs, classics, and trucks. The special event zone will be in effect from May 14th through the 19th. During that week, all speed limits in town are reduced to 30 miles an hour and fines are increased. Police could arrest violators for reckless driving. Cruise in Ocean City takes place May 16th and goes through the 19th.
Beach town benches are a great place to sit, relax in a number of our local communities. But in Fenwick Island, they're sparking some safety concerns. Coast TV News anchor Mallory Metzner is in the newsroom. Mallory, locals are upset after the town council struck down a proposal for commemorative benches.
Fenwick Island Town Council voted against the benches 3-2. They would have been placed along Bunting Avenue. 2 council members weren't present for the vote, so some are hoping there is still a chance to get them on board. The benches with their plaques would have cost $1,200. Their proposed placements were on Dagsboro Street, Georgetown Street, James Street, and Lewis Street. The 3 council members who voted against the benches said they didn't think it was safe to have the benches in parking lots where cars could back into them or in areas where they could interfere with the traffic pattern. According to today's Residential Concerns Committee meeting, the police chief thinks 4 spots on Georgetown or Lewis Street could be the safest options. Council member Janice Bortner says a lot of people have come to her to express their disappointment with the council's decision.
A large percentage of our population is older. And I think it's something for quality. It's a quality of life issue. People love to walk on Bunting. It's a health issue. People need to get out and walk. And it's a way that people engage with other people in the community.
Bortner says in order to revisit this issue, 1 council member who voted against the commemorative benches would need to second her motion to place them on a future agenda for further discussion. Maddie, Charlie.
Thank you, Mallory. And we have a lot more news to get to this evening.
BB and Georgetown Cheer Center teaming up to improve your health. When you can join their free event and learn from the experts.
And we are in for a week of stormy weather, unfortunately. I'll explain why that is in a moment.
Just a free car seat check, how experts one seat at a time. We're back in just 60 seconds.
From empty nester to first home, Accessible Home Builders does it all.
It was great working with Scott at Accessible Builders. He called us every Monday and asked us to come over to the house at each step of the way during the construction of our home.
It was pretty unique working with Scott because not only is he the owner, but he was working in here hands-on with his employees and really just trying to make our vision come to life.
Design your dream home with Accessible Home Builders.
Our soldiers are heroes who protect our country. But when they come home, it's up to us to help our heroes. Now, during FH First Spring Into Giving campaign, for every $29 cooling system tune-up we perform, we'll donate that amount directly to Wounded Warrior Project. FH Fur Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical. Call 877-CALL-FUR or visit FHFur.com to schedule your $29 cooling system tune-up. And use hashtag SpringIntoGiving to share how you're giving back.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
How safe is your car seat? Well, addressing that is a priority of the Delaware Office of Highway Safety. And just this week, they got out to ensure all of those seats were properly installed and everybody was okay.
Telemundo Delmarva and Coast TV News reporter Ana Sofia Roman shows us the importance of bringing this event to the community.
Juanita Smith, who has been a child passenger safety technician instructor for the state of Delaware for 15 years, discusses the motivation for organizing events to ensure car seats are properly installed.
4 out of 5 car seats are misused in the state of Delaware, so that's a pretty big number, and we want to cut into that as much as possible.
Kyle Marvel, a certified technician for 4 years, who recently renewed his certification, explains his ongoing commitment to community safety.
There's a lot of crashes on our roads. I know down here in Sussex, we have to investigate a lot of these collisions, and those passengers in the car, the children in the car, they are at most susceptible to severe injury in those types of crashes. The only way to prevent them from that is installing these car seats and installing them appropriately and correctly, and educating the parents or caregivers on how to do that.
Smith, a parent herself, understands the challenges of preparing for a first child.
If we can help you take that burden, and that's a pretty scary burden. Car accidents are scary in and of themselves, and traveling on the road, and you're concerned about speed and drunk drivers and so many other things. So if we can eliminate this one worry, that's a huge thing off of a new parent's plate. So that's why I do it.
Ensuring the safety of our little ones on the road. If you couldn't make it to the event, visit our website coasttvnews.com to learn how you can schedule a free inspection of your car seat. In Georgetown, Ana Sofia Roman, Coast TV News.
Well, let's take a look at your golf forecast. Listen, we're expecting for you to line that putt up on some really wet greens. Like, even if it's not raining when you get there, it's probably going to start raining after you arrive. So expect a few showers. At least it's going to be in the 70s. But once again, expect a few showers. Not so good, but of course, that won't stop you now, will it?
We're Coast Country, and we're Delmarva proud.
Every day, Washington politicians let the border crisis continue and do nothing. They fail the American people. Open border Democrats and status quo Republicans are both to blame. We need common sense leaders with the guts to get it done.
Typical D.C. politicians play politics instead of solving the problem. As governor, we fought sanctuary cities. Enough is enough. Secure the border immediately. I'm Larry Hogan, and I approve this message. In the Senate, I'll fight to keep our communities safe.
Sometimes it takes a different approach to see the possibilities all around you.
Thanks. Thank you for coming together.
With Capella University's game-changing FlexPath format, take courses on your own terms and apply the skills you learn right away. Imagine your future differently with Capella University.
Hard workers need tough gear. Vernon Powell has the toughest and most comfortable workwear in the business. Work boots that work hard, like Timberland Pro, Carolina, and Red Wing, to Carhartt and Darn Tough socks. Only at Vernon Powell in Salisbury and Rehoboth.
Are leaves and debris causing issues with your gutter? No need to risk climbing a shaky ladder ever again. We have the permanent solution. Gutter Helmet, America's #1 choice in gutter protection for over 40 years. Engineered to manage the heaviest of rainfalls, letting water flow freely. And the best part, never clean your gutters again, guaranteed. The lifetime warranty is transferable, so you can rest assured that you'll never have to replace your gutter helmet system. And right now, save 20% on your new gutters and Gutter Helmet. Call Gutter Helmet today for your free estimate.
Get the Coast TV First Alert Weather app. With live satellite and radar, severe weather alerts, and extended forecast. Download the free Coast TV First Alert Weather app. Sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Life. Just when you think you've got it made, you've got another thing coming. To which we say, bring it on. Your heart needs a hand? We've got hands committed to saving hundreds of hearts each year. You're facing a storm? Hey, storm, is that all you got? Because we've got more. More ways to help, to provide hope, with a commitment to your health that runs deep.
Something to keep in mind for this week, just because it's a cloudy day doesn't make it a bad one. So we're going to have several cloudy days in a row, but not necessarily several bad days in a row. Our Hershey's exterior camera is showing us that it's indeed cloudy right now. Temperature of 61 degrees right now. And we're going to have temperatures staying in the 60s for tonight with a rain kicking in for 8, 9, and 10 o'clock. Now, we're going to see some hit and miss spot showers just flaring up here and there because we have so much moisture in the atmosphere. But a clean sweep of radar. We got a couple of sprinkles near Millsboro for right now. But other than that, we're looking pretty dry with the exception of up down towards Crisfield. We're starting to see some scattered showers move in with actually this hail maker right there. That's actually forming at this present time. Low pressure system directly on top of us with a frontal boundary draped across the Delmarva Peninsula. And that's just going to add a little bit more as far as the wrinkle of instability in the atmosphere is concerned. We keep a close eye on a lot of this rain shower activity that's meandering its way over towards us. And it's going to show up in a very scattered, random kind of a pattern. But as far as today is concerned, we warmed to 75 degrees, which is 3 above the norm for this time of the year. Our runner's cast, we anticipate temperatures at 70 degrees by tomorrow morning, mostly cloudy skies, winds at about 6 to 7 miles per hour with temps in the 70s. You see, for late tonight, we'll see some spot showers pushing through. So we are expecting rain for tonight. Then it'll stop. Then we'll have spotty sprinkles for early Tuesday morning for Snow Hill and then near Pocomoke City by 3:30 on Tuesday. Wednesday, we have a strong wall of rain that's going to begin to make its way down towards Salisbury, towards Willers, Berlin, and Ocean City. But it's going to be a very fast mover. And because the rain is going to be moving so fast, the amount of rain we expect, not all that impressive. Because you see, we're reaching all the way to, let's say, Thursday. We're looking at maybe just shy of a half an inch of rain over at least 2 days. That's not a whole lot of rain. But when it pushes through, it's going to make quite a sound as it pushes across. Broadkill Beach, Rehoboth Beach, Dewey Beach, for example, by late tonight going to early tomorrow morning. That clears out of the way. 7 o'clock, a sprinkle or two near Milton and Broadkill Beach. We clear out at 2:30 for Tuesday. Wednesday morning, we start off with sprinkles for Rehoboth Beach, 58, 59 degrees along the shore. And then we have a quick moving line, and then it's done with by Wednesday. So we're going to have showers popping in and out kind of randomly and quickly for the next few days in a row. Tonight, partly cloudy skies and moisture building. Tomorrow, isolated thunderstorms possible. Watching out for that in the morning and in the afternoon. Then Wednesday's kind of tricky. We're looking for 86 degrees on Wednesday. Steamy sunshine is going to kick in real hard for us. And with steamy sunshine comes the instability of those storms forming at the drop of a dime, particularly on Thursday.
Paul, we appreciate it there. Delawareans, you have a chance to save a little green while going green. DenRec is offering discounted compost bins and rain barrels during International Composting Awareness Week. The agency says that people can place their orders now through July 11th. If you live in Sussex County, you can pick up those purchases on July 13th at 901 Pilot Town Road in Lewis.
The South Bethany Beach Patrol returns to the stands on May 25th. The town says lifeguards will be on duty weekdays from 10 to 5 and weekends from 10 to 5:30 through Labor Day. The Beach Patrol reminds people please respect the beach rules to make sure everyone has a safe and enjoyable summer.
Little update here. BB Healthcare's annual Spring Health Fair has moved to a new time and a new location. The event is called Spring into Health. It's scheduled for May 18th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Georgetown Cheer Community Center. BB says attendees will have access to free health screenings, including blood sugar, cholesterol, blood pressure, and more. The fair offers free lunch and the chance to learn from BB Healthcare experts.
Happening now in Rehoboth, free bulk spring pickup. It's happening on the north side of the city this week. You can leave out things like appliances, TVs, even furniture. Just remember though, no commercial waste, no lawn trimmings, no hazardous materials. And don't set it out more than 24 hours before the scheduled pickup, and to ensure it's not blocking sidewalks or traffic.
Soaring Over the Shore is sponsored by Morse Roofing and Siding.
Built to commemorate the first European settlement in Delaware, the Zwannendale Museum is a showcase of what makes up the first town in the first state, then and now. In 1631, the Dutch called Lewis Zwannendale, or Valley of the Swans. Their intent was to make this coastal town a whaling station, tobacco farm, and a venue for fur trading with Native Americans. Zwannendale has evolved, becoming the British Lewis, but this museum is designed off a town hall in the Netherlands, commemorating that rich European history. Inside, you'll learn about Lewis's military history, social changes, and maritime expertise, and sometimes maritime flops, like a shipwreck at the Roosevelt Inlet. That's one of the exhibits on the new Delaware Digital History Museum online. Once open, the museum is free, and even if you don't step inside, it's an old-timey welcome to the first town in the first state.
Attention homeowners and contractors. Why buy a tool to use it once or twice, then let it rust in your shed? Rent your tools from First State Tool Rental, your trusted rental partner. Specializing in tools for roofing, siding, and exterior renovation projects. From power tools, hand tools, generators, and drywall lifts to pitch hoppers and dumpsters. Plus, we even rent and maintain Equipter roofing buggies and more. Give us a call or visit us at firststatetoolrentals.com. Delivery available. First State Tool Rentals.
Download the DSN app today, driven by Preston Automotive Group.
It might be an 11, maybe a 9. It could be 13's time, or 5, With new Cash Pop from the Maryland Lottery, a winning number is drawn 4 times a day. Just pick a number from 1 to 15 for a chance to win cash, like the $2,500 top prize.
Woo! Cash Pop.
Cash Pop. Put a little pop in your day.
Social Security and Medicare aren't just handed to us.
We've earned them. Hour by hour. Day by day.
Paycheck by paycheck.
They aren't plans. They're a promise.
Made to every American.
Every American.
And we're not gonna let anyone
break it.
Break it.
Break it.
Neither will I.
And you can consider that a promise too. David Trone will stand up to Republicans looking to strip the safety net seniors depend on. And there's no backing down.
I'm David Trone, and I approve this message.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can do all your favorite beach activities, like spikeball, whitewater rafting, shrimp boils, wade fishing, or hanging with the locals. You can say that again.
Check out the all-new, fully redesigned 24 Tacoma. Or get low 3.99 APR for 72 months on a full-size hybrid Tundra.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
This summer, pack your bags and head to Ocean City, Maryland for free family fun all summer long. Watch beach movies, build sandcastles, and gaze at colorful kites, all completely free. Bust a move from the beach to the bay with beach dance parties, Sunset Park party nights, and Sundays in the park with fireworks, all completely free. Enjoy arts and crafts, discover Ocean City's history, and be in awe of acrobatic stunts at the circus, all completely free. So get going. Family memories are waiting to be made in Ocean City, Maryland. Plan your trip now at OCOcean.com.
WRDE First Alert Weather, brought to you by Ocean City, Maryland.
Our dry tech camera showing us Ocean City. We're looking pretty gray for right now, but that's okay. We're going to stay in the 60s with a chance of scattered showers flaring up for us between 8 and 10 o'clock. A passing shower, not sticking around for an extended period of time. Now, we're keeping a close eye on. We're tracking some scattered showers to our south coming out of Crisfield, headed towards Salisbury. So want to be mindful and be ready for that. You can keep up to date on what's happening to your forecast calling our weather line at 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by Baird, Mandalas, Buckstead, and Frederico. Here's a look at your exclusive Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling 10-day forecast. Tuesday, 74, a whopping 86 on Wednesday, then a storm or 2 or 4 by the time we get to Thursday.
We're okay. Thank you, Paul, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6.
For more news, more local weather, maybe more storms, download our Coast TV News app.
NBC Nightly News is up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great night.